There is a secret hidden for thousands of years. As the master of food and beverage of this place, he will reveal it to you. The world needs to know. His name is Schenk.
Hi, I'm Paul Schenk, and I'm here to introduce you to the world's best kept secret. That's Korean food, better known as hanshik here in Korea. I've got a huge turkey in front of me. It's not what I'm making today. What I am making is a dish called samgaetang. Samgaetang is like a peasant farmer's whole baked chicken, or whole broiled chicken, actually. So I'm going to give this back to the wild bunch, my butchers. And you say, hi guys. Hello. We've got duck here, we've got chickens, but there's a specific bird that I'm after. It's actually a spring chicken. It's a very small chicken in comparison to a normal size. You can see the normal size one there. Spring chicken. Mr. Shin, you do a great job. Can you pass me that tray, please? Thank you. We put 2 pieces in. We need 2 for today. What a huge piece of meat, Mr. Shin. Thank you very much. I always appreciate your work. Gentlemen, have a good day. Thank you. Hi, Mr. Lee. Everything ready? Okay, I've got my spring chickens from the butchery. Little guys, ready to go. I'm just going to give these chickens a clean and just make sure that everything on the inside is out. So we give that a clean. There we go. All right, we've got the chickens ready. What I'm going to do next is get the stuffing ready, the filling. The glutinous rice, Mr. Lee has kindly prepared some earlier. There we go. Thanks, Mr. Lee. So you can see the rice. This has been soaking already for a couple of hours. It's changed its color a little bit. It's obviously absorbed a lot more of the water. What I have to do with that now is just strain that off. So I've got my strainer. We're not keeping the water for anything. It's just purely after the rice for this one. Okay, so we have our rice ready. Chickens are ready. I have to prepare some vegetables next, so that's the next step. We have to go to the fridge and grab out a couple of ingredients. All right, what do I need from the fridge? Need a few ingredients. Oh, look, there's a camera in my fridge. Look, Mum, no spam in my fridge. So we've got this really special ingredient for, well, actually there's a couple of special ingredients for this dish. One of the big ones is this milk veg. You can see it there, very long and white. Comes in a dried form, so your Korean grocer may have it, but if you don't have it, you cannot replace it with something else. But this is what gives our stock the flavor. I'll talk more about that soon. So the magic ingredient to this dish, without a doubt, is the ginseng. It's a root that grows underground, obviously looking like that. You take the top off to release its energy. It has a very, very powerful quality and is well known to give amazing stamina. I'm going to prepare now. Well, obviously our chestnuts are already peeled. Our garlic is already peeled. I just need to grab a knife. For the jujube, I want to take out the seed inside. We're going to make the stuffing now. I've just got to take off the top of the ginseng, and it's just the very top that we want. So we take that off, like so. This is washed, then I will leave it whole. We put it inside, has amazing flavor. It's kind of like, almost like a medicinal flavor to it. And this is what really gives the uniqueness to samgaetang. Okay, so there's our chicken. You can see it's ready to go. We've just got to make one cut on the inside here. There we go, one little cut, a little bit bigger even. On the other side as well. First thing is the ginseng. We've got to put that in whole. Then I will put the rice in. The rice obviously is uncooked, so the process of cooking the chicken will finish this. I've got 3 chestnuts to put in there. We want to make sure it's nice and tight. 3 ginkgo nuts, 3 pieces of garlic. This is going to give also the stock a full flavor. Oh, I forgot a key ingredient, the jujube, Mr. Lee. Obviously asking Mr. Lee to do it, I forgot it. That's okay. So the jujube goes in as well. Where's my friend Kevin? Kevin, come on in. Have a look again. Please get a close-up of that. This is 100% traditional samgyetang and how to do it properly. Or how to try and do it properly anyway. Okay, we cross the legs over. Just got to get that through that hole. That's it. The other leg. Okay. 1 little spring chicken filled, ready to go. All right, so the next ingredient is the milk vetch root. So I've got some water over here already boiling. This has been boiling for about 1.5 hours already. Now, it doesn't give off any smell. The flavor of the water, it's very earthy. It has a real distinct earthen flavor to it. And again, one of the properties of this is purely for health and well-being. Again, if you don't have it for this, it's okay. You can use a mild chicken stock. We turn it up. In go the chickens. Sorry, little chicken. So that's now, I'm gonna bring that to the boil, let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then I'll turn it right down for 40 to 50 minutes extra. This needs to cook for just over an hour, full-time period. The chicken has been boiling for about an hour now. It's ready to go. It's just simmering. If you have a look in, come in and have a look. There goes the lid. The chickens have cooked beautifully. And I've got a very beautiful traditional serving dish ready for the samgyetang. This one is called the dolsot. It's a stone pot, and it is literally solid stone earthenware pot. Very traditional for a lot of Korean dishes. I've got to make sure that I lift the chicken out whole. I need some spring onions just for the garnish, Mr. Lee. If you could just slice some spring onions for me. Let's get this chicken out whole. Look, beautiful. Into the pot. The legs are still crossed even. I'm going to put some of the stock over the chicken, and it's important to fill this up all the way to the top. I'm going to prepare some salt and pepper, which is a traditional condiment to go with this. But the thing that I've always felt strange with this dish is it's served in summertime, actually. It's not served in winter in Korea. Summers are hot, and what this does is it's fighting fire with fire, essentially. It's giving more heat during the hot time. Just need the garnish. Mr. Lee, you got the green onions? Thank you. So I need to put a good helping of green onions on top and in and around. Don't be shy with the onions. You can give a lot. So this dish is for one. It's for one person. And believe me, as a summer or wintertime treat, it will definitely fill you up. Has to be shared with friends. And it's really traditional to serve it on the side with some salt and pepper, so you can break off the chicken with your chopsticks or your knife and fork, dip a little bit in the salt, and away you go. Of course, there should be a full table of condiments to go with that in Korea, but you can have that as you like. So there it is, samgyetang. We have just uncovered another one of the world's best kept secrets in the culinary world. Enjoy that with your friends. Hi, I'm Schenk, and I'm here to introduce you to the world's best kept culinary secret, hanshik, or Korean food. Now we're going to make dak galbi. You could also call this like a stir-fried chicken with vegetables and rice noodles. It's a long word. But anyway, it's a fun dish, it's a simple dish. I need chicken to start off with, so follow me. So here's my chicken thigh. I'm actually, just using thigh today, boneless. You can see I've got thigh pieces with skin on. That's okay. Some are in little pieces already, so I'm just going to slice these up into smaller pieces. About so big is fine. I've got enough chicken here, probably to feed about 3 or 4 hungry people. And like I said earlier, this dish is so much fun. I just need to grab myself a bowl. I'll put the chicken into the bowl. A little bit of rice wine. That's enough. Okay, that's the rice wine. I just need to chop a few cloves of garlic. Take the head off. So we just smash the garlic. It helps us chop a little faster. 3 cloves of garlic's enough. Again, if you like a little bit more, you can add more to that. That's that done. I give it a quick mix. A little bit of black pepper, which I have here. No salt at this stage, because we're adding a few ingredients later that have a little bit of salt in them. So we'll leave that for 10 minutes. For the sauce, I'll grab myself a bowl once again. Now the sauce has a number of ingredients involved. One of the key ingredients that we need for this dish is one of our favorites, gochujang. It's the fermented bean paste mixed with chili. This one's mild, but has a beautiful, rich, full color. So I need gochujang in my bowl. I've got gochugaro, which is chili powder also. Not too much. Again, this is dried chili powder. So as you can imagine, this is one spicy dish. It can be as spicy as you like, or you can tone it down a little bit by not using so much. I've got sugar. Okay, a little sugar. Okay, we've got some honey. A little bit of honey. 1 spoon. Once again, just a slight sweetener to take off a little bit of the edge of the spice. I've got some powdered ginger. 1/2 spoon of powdered ginger. Corn syrup. This is a key ingredient for a lot of Korean dishes. It's a thickener, and of course when you're sauteing, what it does is it caramelizes and helps caramelize the dish nicely. Little bit of sesame seeds. Soy sauce. I'm missing my soy sauce. Put some soy sauce in there. And I'll give that a mix. You can see it's a paste form now, but when it gels with the soy sauce, it'll come down to a nice thin paste. We've also got to add some crushed garlic to that. Some crushed garlic. A little bit more garlic, a little bit more flavor. And like I said earlier, I didn't add any salt to the chicken when I was marinating it, simply because you've got soy sauce in there. The gochujang also is quite salty because of the fermented soybeans. So the salt element is well and truly enough. In goes the garlic. So that's our sauce. The next step that we need to prepare is the vegetables. So I've just got to go and grab them out of the fridge. Okay, I've got my ingredients. What I've prepared for this one is onion, cabbage, and oversized spring onions or Korean leek, some sweet potato, one not peeled and obviously one that is peeled. I've got what's called dok or rice cake. I've also got sesame leaf. It's a beautiful looking leaf, that one. Used a lot also in Korean food. You can eat it directly, kind of like a lettuce, but it's got a very strong flavor. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But anyway, when it's sauteed, it changes its flavor and changes its texture. What I need to do next, or first, I've got my chicken marinating, as I said. I've got my sauce made, so I'm just going to put half of the sauce in with the chicken to marinate this for about half an hour. There we go, that's half the sauce. I'll mix that in together. I like it a little bit spicy, so you know, you can see I put in obviously some ground pepper or ground chilies. There we go, that's the marination. You can see the color on it, the shine, nice gloss. I'll leave that for an hour or so. In the meantime, I'll move that over here. I'll move over to the vegetables and start preparing the vegetables. As I mentioned earlier, the rice cake is already soaked. I've been soaking it for 2 hours. You can see it's soft. It's quite tacky or sticky. That's ready to go. The sesame leaves, I just want to take out the stem. Sweet potato, I'll cut it in half. Actually, I'll cut it into strips like this. A little bit, because I'm sauteing it, it needs to cook fairly quickly, so I don't want it too thick. You may have, I haven't really seen before sweet potato being sauteed directly. Normally it's roasted or it's boiled or blanched. For this occasion, we're going to be sauteing it. So I'm cutting it fairly thin and then into strips that are, again, not too thick. So this can saute in about 15 minutes time. By the time it's ready, it's nice and crunchy, ready to go. For the sesame leaves, I just simply fold them in half and take out the stem, and then I'll just cut them roughly into pieces like so. Onions next. So the onions we just simply cut in half. I'll take out the core, slice them a little bit thicker than what we'd normally do it. With the Korean leek, we're just going to slice it on the angle. Big pieces, just a regular general cabbage. We're going to cut that into bigger chunks, like so, and just quite big pieces. We've got chicken marinating, beautiful sauce and marinade that we made. That's obviously going to be the first part of what we cook. Dak galbi in Korea is a tradition, especially among young people, and it's an amazing experience. If you ever come to Korea or abroad, you may see some dak galbi restaurants. They specialize only in this. It's fun, exciting, energetic. They cook everything on the table in front of you. You've got all your friends there. It's a really, really great social activity. So if you ever come, I definitely recommend this culinary experience. Okay, our pan is nice and hot. We're ready to go. I've got some oil. I'm not going to put in all of this chicken. I'm going to put in about half of it. Power looks good. We've got plenty of heat there. It's time to add what we've been marinating. Now, this is a 3-step cooking process. First step is the chicken. You can see the chicken frying there. I'm going to let this fry for 2 to 3 minutes, and then add the vegetables to it. That's the second step. The third step is the final vegetables, and then it's good to go. It's good to eat. So we're just sauteing that off. You can see the color coming on the chicken. All right, Kevin, come on in, have a look. Now you can see there's a little bit of oil in there. What's going to happen now as I add the vegetables, we need that oil to saute the vegetables. We add the sweet potato, the cabbage, the onion. We also need to add the rice cake. Adding the rice. I love the rice cake. I don't know what it is, but it just gives it this beautiful texture. When you hit the rice cakes, they're a little bit crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, and they've got a very soft, mild flavor. All right, you can see the beautiful coating on there now. The vegetables are pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to give that a toss, and you can see the gorgeous color. The meat's colored nicely, covered with the sauce. It's about the perfect thickness. I've got 2 final ingredients to add. These will take literally 10 seconds to cook, so I'm just going to put in the spring onions. I'll break them up a little. And then I've got the sesame leaves. The final touches of dak kalbi. Mr. Lee, can you bring over a plate, please? Perfect. Look at that dish. There we go. Look at that. Great looking dish. You can see the rice cake, cabbage, everything's cooked properly. Don't want too much rice cake in one dish. I want more chicken, please. More chicken. There we go. Bit of the sesame leaf on top. Some onion. 1 rice cake and spring onion. Beautiful. So that's one gorgeous dish. On top, I'm going to dress it or garnish it with a little bit of julienne of sesame leaf, some sesame seeds. So there we have it. We've just uncovered another world's best kept secret. This is dak kalbi, or stir-fried chicken with vegetables and rice noodle. Has to be enjoyed with friends, and you have to experience the dak kalbi experience.